We're gonna have to do a couple of takes, but okay.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right. Say that phrase one more time.
My name is Miranda Means, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
Hi, I'm Michael Luna, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
My name is Scott Harkreader, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
My name is Rochelle Turner, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
My name is Maddie Myler, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
My name is Drake Cisneros, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
Hello, my name is Roberto.
And I'm Santiago.
And Brazosport College is our college of choice.
My name is Bo Yuri, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
My name is Joshua May, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
My name is Brian Flores, and Brazosport College is my college of choice.
It was a bunch of blood, sweat, and tears. It means more of a stable future for my son and for myself. I was blessed with a scholarship from CHI Hospital that paid for my nursing program, so I will be contracted with them for 2 years. It's basically given me a future and given my son a future. It's going to help provide stability, and financial needs will be met a lot easier than what they have been in the past.
BC for me has been kind of like that foundation, my foundation for my future, academic future.
A degree from Brazosport College is a future for me. My plans after graduation is being done and getting a job.
A degree from BC means that I finally am going to have that stability and that guide towards a career that I can be happy with and provide for my family. It has provided me with a lot of tools I needed just to advance my career and to be a success.
It means everything to me. I've been wanting to do this all my life and graduate and get my degree. This is what I've been looking forward to for like 2 years now.
BC has helped shape my future in allowing me to obtain a degree, being close to home, which allows me to save money to further my education at a university.
I have something valuable that I can put on my resume and will help me get the career I've been dreaming of.
BC has helped me not only academically achieve greatness and student success, but also personally helping me grow from a very shy person to somebody who works in the Writing Center and helps everybody that they can.
This is my second chance at working harder at my grades and trying to show that I can put my full 100% effort and it pay out. I have had a lot of help throughout BC. Any teacher that I have talked to was there to help me. Any assignment that I needed help with, studying, there was someone there. And I guess as an overall person, I was able to come back to BC with my notes and homework that I've done in the past and can correlate that to my life today. Some people say college isn't for them. College is for everybody. It's going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you with your goals in life, and I would highly recommend anyone to come to BC.
BC has helped shape my future by giving me the set of skills needed to be educationally successful.
It means a better future than my present. It means that I'll be able to provide better for myself and better for my youngest child.
It has given me the knowledge I need to prepare me for a job in management.
An accomplishment that I can show my son he can achieve anything.
When you graduate from here, there's so many other opportunities that lead from here. You know, this is a starting point for a lot of people, especially me. I'm now an RN, and I plan to get my BSN, and hopefully that program will be here soon. I'm 33, and so, you know, I have children already, and they're teenagers, so I think setting a good example for them is number one, and that's what I wanted to do, was set a good example.
It's given me better opportunities, such as receiving 2 different degrees, my Associates of Science and now my Bachelor's in Health Service Management, and it's helped me transition into the working world.
BC means to me a lot because it allowed me to get my bachelor's degree. This degree not only helped me prepare for my next step, but it also given me the skills that I need for the working world.
To me, the degree from BC means that it's another goal accomplished for my future.
It means that I was able to accomplish my goal whenever I left high school. I was able to, go to college and get an actual degree from college. It's given me a great opportunity to meet a lot of people who are in the plant field and try to expand with them and try to get inside as well.
It means everything. It means the start of my future, and it means I can set my goals and keep going.
It means everything to me, but it mainly means a sense of accomplishment, something that I worked hard for and I achieved.
It helped me to become a better person.
I was able to have the opportunity to co-op, so definitely that was a really good thing because it gave me the hands-on for the career of my choice as well.
It means a whole lot to me, but not just for me, but also for my family, because my family, they've never gone to college, and so just for them to see that I've gone to get my degree, it means a whole lot to them more than it does to me.
I would tell them to do it. It's kind of hard to get anywhere in life without a college degree nowadays, so just do what you feel that you're best at.
I will tell you, you will not regret the decision. From going to college, you're able to broaden your future.
First step is just go talk to a counselor and see what your options are.
To find a friend to study with.
Try to be active in some place in the college, in the campus. That way you have like a personal belonging someplace in the area.
I would tell them that college can be an overwhelming experience, but Brazosport College has an amazing staff to get you through it.
Especially at BC, there are so many resources for anybody who needs help in anything, from writing, math, or just somebody to kind of help them figure out what's going on in the college world and not to be afraid to ask for that help.
My daughter's a good example, and I told her, go local first. Get a feel for it, do the 2-year, and then you can branch out to a university.
That if it's what they really want to do, no matter what happens, they can do it. It wasn't my time whenever I was younger, but now here I am, 46 years old, getting my degree.
Don't ignore this place just because it's, right by you. It's been very helpful, and I think it's a great way to get your foot in the door.
You'll come across some tough things in life, but you just gotta keep going.
Don't think about it, do it.
Don't think twice about it.
Stop thinking about it and do it. Believe in yourself, go forward and make it happen.
Just do it.
I would tell them just to do it. It only takes a few minutes to come up to college and out of your time and just get it done, and you'll go somewhere.
I would tell someone to go ahead and do it because time moves fast.
Just do it.
Just do it. I started the process going back to school when I was 41, and I will get my first college degree at 45 as a single mom. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. Just start taking one class at a time, get your feet wet, and once you do the one class, you'll be hooked and you'll want more.
Ladies and gentlemen, the faculty and staff of Brazosport College. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Brazosport College graduating class.
Brazosport College. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our 2018 commencement ceremony. Today's activities serve as the culmination of a successful path of study and persistence for our graduates and their families and friends. Will you please rise for the invocation given by Michael Akers, Global Local Minister, Brazosport Fellowship, Lake Jackson. After the invocation, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to be led by Tony Wortham, President of the Brazosport College Student Government Association.
Good morning. Let's pray. Father, we come to you this morning and just are grateful for this moment. Just in this of gratitude, we just think about the things that you provided along the way, God, the families that are here supporting these graduates and the things that you've given these graduates to do this. So we're just so grateful for a ceremony like this that is memorable as well. God, we just pray this morning that you be with this graduating class. They represent so many families and different work careers that they're going to go out into. God, we just pray that you would guide their next step, whatever that is. Lord, that you would be with them as they go to either pursue their academic career more, or if they're going into the workforce, or if they're going somewhere else. Lord, we just pray that you would guide them, you would be with them, that you would help bless them along their way. God, that you would help them to find a job or continue on with their education. God, we're so grateful for the ability to be in a free country that we can celebrate this. Lord, we're so grateful for this. I just pray that you continue to bless these graduates, continue to be with them. Thank you very much.
Morning. Please join us as we say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic, one nation. Thank you.
Will you please be seated? Good morning. We are so glad that each and every one of you are here with us today. I'm Serena Andrews, Vice President of College Advancement at Brazosport College. I want to add my personal congratulations to all of our graduates this morning. On behalf of the Brazosport College faculty and staff members, I can say without a doubt that we are so very proud of each of you and your accomplishment. It is my privilege this morning to introduce those who are seated on the stage and also special guests seated in the audience. I would like to begin with those on the stage, starting with the first row of guests behind me on my right, your left. I would ask each person to stand as I call your name, and then you may be seated. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. Mrs. Carolyn Johnson, Chair of the Board of Regents, Brazosport College. Dr. Millicent Valek, President, Brazosport College. Dr. Ramon Reza, our commencement speaker. Mrs. Ann Bartlett, Vice President, Industry and Community Resources. Mr. David Marshall, Vice President, Business Services and CFO. Dr. Linda Villanueva, Provost and Vice President, Academic and Student Affairs. Mr. Marshall Campbell, Vice President, Human Resources. On the upper right, again starting on the upper row, members of our Board of Regents and faculty, Mr. Jason Cordoba, Mrs. Lucilla Henderson, Mr. Robert Perryman, Mrs. Sharon Rogers, Mr. Steve Solis, Mr. Danny Yates, and the 2017 Teaching Excellence Award recipient, BC faculty member, Mr. Jerry Jane. Please recognize and joining me to say thank you. We also have a number of special guests seated in the front section to my right. These include guests of our platform party, those individuals who have a part in the commencement ceremonies today, and members of the Brazosport College Foundation. Please join me in recognizing our special guests. Thank you. At this time, please welcome Ann Bartlett to the podium, who has the honor of introducing today's commencement speaker, Mrs. Bartlett.
It is my privilege to introduce our 2018 commencement speaker, Dr. Ramon Reza. Dr. Reza was raised in a tiny community of Goshen, California, near Fresno. He was raised by his grandparents as one of 15 children. His world was one of poverty, neglect, abuse, and a total disregard for education. As a child, he struggled with low self-esteem, a speech impediment, recurring depression, and prejudice. Dr. Reza credits his grade school teachers with opening his eyes to the idea of going to college and becoming a doctor. Through Dr. Reza's public appearances, his keynote speeches, his blogs, and his book, Dr. Reza has educated and inspired parents, students, educators, medical professionals, and business groups across the country to keep hopes and dreams alive, even when there is no visible evidence that our dreams can come true. In a recent presentation in Carmel, retired Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor had this to say about Dr. Reza's talk. Dr. Reza inspires all who know him. And after reading his book, she wrote to Dr. Reza and said, "I have now had a chance to read your book. It is splendid. It inspires the reader in many ways. I hope millions have a chance to read it. Congratulations on making your life an inspiration. Sincerely, Sandra O'Connor." Upon completing his medical education, Dr. Reza returned to the San Joaquin Valley to open his pediatric practice in Porterville, California, where he spent 3 decades working with poor and underserved children like the child that. Please help me welcome Dr.
I am honored that you've asked me to come and speak. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm just a pediatrician. You know, I started talking when my son, when he was applying for college, in the college application, they asked for his dad's occupation. He put down doctor, but then it also asked what was your dad before he was a doctor. And my son didn't know. And he came up and said, "Dad, what were you before you were a doctor?" And I started to answer him, and I realized I didn't have an answer because I was just a farm worker. And a farm worker was considered nothing in those days. I've been working in the field since I was 3 years of age, picking cotton, picking grapes, picking oranges where I work now, irrigating all summer long. My mother had 5 kids before she was 21, and she gave us away. And she gave us away to a family of 15. She said they were our grandparents, but they weren't really our grandparents. They were just people who needed more hands in the fields to help. And I know this because my brother Domingo, who was a very sickly kid, he was in and out of Valley Children's Hospital at Fresno for weeks at a time. And one morning when he was home, and we were all sleeping on the floor because when you have 15 kids in the family, you sleep wherever you can. But early in the morning, he overheard my grandparents talking, and my grandfather told my grandmother, "Why did you bring him home? He's useless to me." So we knew that if we didn't work in the fields, we would be given away again. And that was my lot in life. They told me I was always going to be nothing but a farm worker. But I was lucky. I happened to have this 2nd grade teacher. And she looked at this dirty little Mexican boy. And I was dirty, as I stunk. You know, we didn't have running water. We had an outhouse. And we didn't bathe. And I wore the same clothes to school that I worked for to work. And also because I felt dirty on the inside, because in my family, the adults slept with the kids, and we were witnessing each other getting molested. So I felt dirty on the inside too. But she took a look at this little Mexican boy. She said, "You should go to college." And why she would say that to me, I don't know, because in my family, if you graduated from 8th grade, you were considered very intelligent. But I thought college, whatever that is, I want to do that. So I was going to my 3rd grade class, and the 3rd grade teacher, she put me in the back of the room like a good Mexican boy should be. And then I was going to go to my 4th grade class, and I was scared of the 4th grade teacher because I thought she was a witch. She had the wily hair and the beady little eyes and the hair coming out of the mole. And she carried a ruler around the playground. But if you spoke Spanish, they would whack you over the head with it because you were not allowed to speak Spanish. You were not allowed to speak your native language. And my name became Raymond, not Ramon. But one thing is she did for me is when I walked into her classroom and I was going to sit in the back, she made me sit in the front. And she made me realize something else. She made me realize I had some intelligence. And she gave me a great report card. I was so excited. I ran home to show my maternal grandparents. My grandmother took one look at my report card, threw on the table, and said, "Go get me some cigarettes." They could care less whether I had an education or not. They pulled us out of school early before summer, and they kept us from going back to school in the fall. The teachers actually had to go find us. But that's why I knew the teachers cared about me, and so I made it my job to be the best student I could at Goshen Elementary School, and I did. And when it came time for graduation, the principal called me into the office, and he said, "Because of your stammer and your stutter, we're going to have somebody else give the graduation speech." And I thought, that's great, because I sure did not want to be in front of a group of people. But then when the high school counselor came to give us advice on what classes you take, I told him I wanted to go to college, and he said, "No, I'm putting you a woodchuck where you people belong." I said, "I really want to go to college." He said, "You're not smart enough." This man was 6'5", 250 pounds, and he was white. And my grandfather would always tell us, "You don't talk back to a white man. He can trust your lives. He can trust our destiny. He can trust our job." But I did. I stood up to him and I said, "I really want to go to college." He said, "Fine, I will put you in college prep courses, but I can guarantee you're going to fail." So my first day at Redwood High School, I walked in and I realized he was right. I didn't belong there. Those kids looked so different from me. They acted so different from me. And also they had something I didn't have. They had family. They had parents. You know, funny, I had 15 brothers and sisters, but I don't remember them at all in high school because of what was going on in my household. I had one dream in my life to go to college, but I also knew I was not going to make it. I was going to kill myself before I turned 18, which is a matter of where and when. But I was lucky. I had 3 high school friends that stuck by me. And every time I walked away, I came back. They accepted me for who I was. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. And they're still my friends to this day. The other thing that happened is this young man showed up from UC Santa Cruz. And he said, "I can show you how you can go to college." So one weekend that I wasn't working in the fields, he took me to UC Santa Cruz. And for the first time in my life, I saw the beach, I saw the ocean, I saw hope. I said, "Wow, what do I have to do to go to college here?" He said, "Well, you have to fill out an application, and you have to get financial records from your parents." So I went home and I asked my grandparents to sign my application. My grandmother took one look at me and said, "You bastard, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay here and get a job in the factories and pay us back for everything we did for you." I worked my butt off since I was 3 years of age. She was telling me I had to pay her back. So my senior year of high school, I moved out of my home. I'm not sure what would have happened to me, but my biology teacher found out my situation, and he found me an apartment near the campus. He also did something else for me. I keep telling people I've had 2 jobs in my life. I was a farm worker and a doctor. But my senior year of high school, I was a janitor, and I cleaned the gymnasium and I cleaned the classrooms. And I waited to see what I would hear from UC Santa Cruz. And one day in that spring, my brother Domingo brought me a letter from UC Santa Cruz, and I'd opened it up. I had been accepted, the first one in my family to ever go to college. But I still thought it was a pipe dream. There's no way this is going to happen. For the fall of that year, I showed up at UC Santa Cruz. There was this young man behind the table. He asked for my name. I said, "Ramon Reza." Here you are, 203 Galileo. I had reached my dream. I was a college student. And you know, during high school, because of what was going on at home, I never spoke to girls. I was afraid of them. But wouldn't you know it, my first day of college anthropology class, I look behind me and I see this gorgeous girl. I thought, wow. A couple of days later, I saw her out in the courtyard, and I had the courage to go up to her and I said, "Are you Mexican?" She said, "No." I said, "That's okay." But I knew I was going to marry her. One little problem. She had a boyfriend, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. His dad was a doctor. His mom was a doctor. And here I am, this funny Mexican farm worker boy with a bandana. And we're marching with Sister Chavez. And we're taking over the chancellor's office. If we're being militant. What chance did I have with her? About 3 months after I met her, she came to my dorm room. She knocked on the door. I said, "What are you doing here?" She says, "I want to tell you something." I said, "What's that?" I said, "I want to tell you I broke up with Kirk." I said, "Why was that?" I said, "Because I realized I'm in love with you." And that's the first time in my life I had ever heard those words. And we've been married for 42 years now. I was going to take her home to meet my family. I forgot to mention after my mother had 5 kids and gave us away, she got married and had 7 more. Actually, she never got married. She just had 7 more. But my stepfather, whatever you want to call him, he had an accident on Christmas Eve in the farm. He went to the emergency room. They told him there's nothing wrong with him. Go back to work. So on Christmas Eve, he died of a brain hemorrhage. My Aunt Helen had breast cancer. She went to her doctor. She said, "They treated me like dirt. I'd rather die." She died. So here I am in college. I have no idea what I want to do with my life. So I went and I decided, you know what? I should be a doctor. So I went in and talked to my college advisor that I wanted to go to medical school. He said, "You're not smart enough." So I dropped him as my advisor. I asked some people what classes I had to take, and they told me. And in high school, I didn't take algebra, I didn't take chemistry, I didn't take physics, nothing, because I had no idea. So first class I took in college was chemistry. And the first thing I did is I flunked it. So, wow, there goes that dream. But I realized I want to be a doctor. So with the help of tutors, I was able to get through and pass all my prerequisites for medical school. And the interesting thing is when my son went to college, he didn't tell me this at all. I found this through a website at his college. He tutored kids in physics and organic chemistry. And God bless, he paid it back for me. And because of those kids, those students, I was able to get an interview at UC Irvine. And this is during the time of affirmative action, when only 1% of medical students were made up of minorities. I was given an interview, and I went, and they asked me one simple question: "Why do you want to be a doctor?" I said, "I want to be a doctor so I can be a role model for the kids that remind me of the kid I used to be." And I think that's the only thing that got me into medical school. And the first week of medical school, one of the students came up to us, one of the Anglo students, and she said, "We overheard the professors talking, and they said, you people don't belong here. And they got to make sure that you fail or quit." And every day I felt like a failure, and I felt like quitting. And one day I received a letter from a aunt of mine, Lucinda. She said, "Ramon, we knew you were smart, and we knew you were amount to something, but we thought you would just get an indoor job and wear a shirt and tie, but for you to be a doctor, that's impossible." So I knew I couldn't quit. I couldn't fail. So again, with the help of tutors, I was able to pass and graduate from UC Irvine Medical School. And before I started my internship program in pediatrics, I went home because they were having a party. But the party wasn't for me. They had no idea what I was doing. It was for my aunts and my sisters. Every single aunt and sister that I have got pregnant as a teenager or was pregnant out of wedlock. Never got married. So there were 3 new babies at home, and I was there. As I was playing with the babies, I hear in the background my mother and my grandmother. "My son, the doctor." No, he's my son. I was so angry and mad that I went up to both of them and said, "Neither one of you is my mother." And I left to start my internship program at UC San Francisco, Fresno. And if I thought medical school was hard, the first patient, 2-year-old, drowned a foot of water. We can't revive him. 7-month-old, we can't start an IV in him. He dies. 2-pound baby dies a couple of days later. I'm getting spearheaded. I'm just not able to cope. And about a month after I started, I get a call from home. My sister Annette was married to an abusive alcoholic man, just like every single woman in my family. She decided she had had enough. She ran off to my brother Danny's house. He followed her there. Danny tried to stop him at the door. He pulled out a gun, shot Danny, and killed him in front of his 2 kids. tracked Annette down into a bedroom, shot her, and killed her in front of her 2 kids, and took off to Mexico, never to be seen again. And I was going 2 days leave from my work to attend the funerals. And while I was home, I realized that in my selfishness to make something of myself, I had abandoned my own family. I wasn't there for them. So I went back to my internship program and I quit. I couldn't do it anymore. But then about a month later, my daughter Marina was born. And I held her in my arms. And I realized this was no longer about me. This is about her. So I went back and I begged for my job back. And they gave me my. And every time I wanted to quit or I felt like a failure, I just had to hold my little girl in my arms. And I was able to finish my residency program. And I started my practice in Porterville, California, where I've been for 30 years. My daughter Marina graduated from UC Santa Cruz, and she just received her license as a marriage therapist. My son Joshua graduated top of his class in junior high school, and he was allowed to give the valedictorian speech. He graduated top of his class at Porterville High School, and he was admitted to Stanford, to Harvard, to MIT. And I met in UCLA and Berkeley with a full ride. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of telling him that if he got into Stanford, I would pay his way. And of course, he chose Stanford. But he told me he was never going to be a doctor. He ended up getting into UC San Francisco Medical School. He told me he was never going to be a pediatrician. Last July, he graduated from Brown University with a residency in pediatrics. He's a full-fledged pediatrician now. People keep asking me, why did I do this? Why did I overcome all those barriers? Because someday I knew I was going to have family with kids. I wanted to give them the life that I didn't have. And when I look around and I look at the young people in front of me, someday you will make a difference in somebody's life. And I'm so proud of you, because you guys are so far ahead of where I was. And you're so much smarter than I am. So don't let anybody ever tell you that nothing is impossible. But I'm living proof that anything that you put your mind to, you can accomplish. Thank you very much.
Dr. Ressa, thank you for your words of wisdom for our 2018 graduates and their guests. Graduates, I congratulate each one of you on your accomplishments and am certain that as you move on to future endeavors, you will maintain the standards of performance which have brought you here this morning. Will the candidates for the associate degree please rise? President Valak, on behalf of the faculty, I certify that these candidates will have fulfilled the requirements of Brazosport College and the state of Texas for the designated associate degree and recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred.
By the authority granted by the Board of Regents of Brazosport College and the laws of the state of Texas, I hereby confer on each of you, upon successful completion of all requirements, the designated associate degree with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. It is now time to officially move your tassel from the right to the left side, a tradition which signifies this most important milestone. Graduates, you may be seated. Now, will the candidates for the associate degree come forward so the Brazosport College Board of Regents Chair, Mrs. Carolyn Johnson, may present your degree.
Receiving the Regents Scholar in Associate of Arts, Madeline Myler, summa cum laude. Lee M. Jones, cum laude. Receiving the President's Scholar in Associate of Arts, Jose Santiago Gutierrez, magna cum laude. Receiving the Vice President's Scholar in Associate of Science, Anna Maria Bonilla, cum laude. Celeste Page Montalvo, magna cum laude. Receiving the Associate of Arts in Teaching, Julissa Marie Juarez. Ruth Ann Rogers, cum laude. Lorena Velasquez. Sheila Faye Allen. Angelica Catalina Calderon. Olivia Ray Castillo. Aldo Castro. Ashley Lynn Castro. Christina Castro. Sergio Enrique Chavez, magna cum laude. Cassandra Cornier. Shelby Lynn Crowley. Elizabeth Ashley Cummings. Samantha Jo de la Cruz. Riley Noel Eaton, summa cum laude. Marlon Espinosa Olvera, cum laude. Jana Marie Udy. Christy Lynn Garcia. Isela Garcia. Michelle Mercedes Garcia. Jonathan Garcia Cantu, cum laude. Lauren Alyssa Garza. Carlos Alfonso Gaitan, cum laude. Arlette Gonzalez Alanis, cum laude. Tiffany Helmentaler. Terry James Hendrick. Gabriela Marie Hernandez. Trinity Sierra Hernandez. John Alon Paso Velez. Jocelyn Cherie Johnson. Lily Deanne Kopecki, magna cum laude. James David Lamont, summa cum laude. Jessica Isette Lees. Hubert Lopez, cum laude. Okay, we're ready. Hilary Louvier. Michael Joseph Luna, summa cum laude. Judy Lynn Malone. Alexis Nicole Markham. Alexis Monique Mata. Benjamin Jerome McAdams, summa cum laude. Riley Quinn McGee. Tracy James McIntosh. John Austin McIntyre. Miranda K. Means. Gabriela Medrano. Lori Beth Meinhardt, magna cum laude. Eddie Alberto Mendoza, cum laude. Jordan Kate Meyer, summa cum laude. Alexis Lydia Monclova. Bree Matu. Lacey Lonnie-Ann Munn, summa cum laude. Dawn Marie Myers. Casey Michelle Nelms. Casey Paige Newman. Rebecca Leanne Newman. New Win, summa cum laude. Valerie Suzette Nunez. Jasmine Ontiveros. Samantha Ann Reichel. Lida Renee Rice. Skylar Renee Reek. Desiree Lynn Reisinger. Brianna Marie Rivera. Tamara Lynn Rorix. Claire Elizabeth Roy, cum laude. Margaret Marie Ruiz. Danielle Mary Rose Runnels, magna cum laude. Brittany Bay Segovia, cum laude. Aislinn Annette Smith. Sydney Claudette Saunier. Amanda Bernice Soto. Emily Elizabeth Strawn. Ashley Ann Swanson. Crystal Leanne Thomas. Jaylene Gabrielle Tiznado, magna cum laude. Haley Erin Valencia, magna cum laude. Tristan Anthony Vasquez, cum laude. Brittany Joe Vermillion, cum laude. Joshua Logan Walker. Sean Joseph Wisecup, magna cum laude. Alyssa Ray Wright. Ashley Noreen Zamora. Receiving the Associate of Science, Jesse Ray App. Adrian Alcocer, cum laude. Christian Antonio Alejos, cum laude. Cynthia Angeles Chico. Caitlin Renee Arroyo. Safira Benion Barros. Crystal Elise Burt. Claudia G. Cordova. Victoria Nicole Covarrubias. Kim DeGrief. Jason Michael Ditas, summa cum laude. Jasmine De Leon, cum laude. Bradley Todd Dickey. Allison Nicole Devine, cum laude. Haley Renee Dunn. Mason Tyler Durham. Sarah Kathleen Fenn, cum laude. Chanley Christine Ferguson. Brian Flores. Alexis Bolton. Enrique Gauna Jr. Elide Gonzalez, cum laude. Tyler Wayne Groom. Tarika Deshay Groves. Scott Gentry Parkreader. Alyssa Morgan Harris. Summer Grace Hughes, summa cum laude. Heather Quisenberry Jacobs. Pamela Denise Johnson, cum laude. Bo Urick, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Koch. Audrey May LaChance. David Gabrielle Langner, magna cum laude. Monica Rose Liebling. Shuking Liu, cum laude. Valeria Marisa Madrigal. Crystal Nicole Medrano. Lorena Medrano. Isabel Mendoza. Jahida Abigail Mendoza Lujan. Taylor Brooke Mercado, magna cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Morrison Mercer. Joshua Sonia May. Angelica Christina Moore, summa cum laude. Eduardo Negrete. Christine Poi Ungal. Yasmin Paz. Darian Renee Pena. Brooke Elise Pale. Adriana Lorraine Pullman. Kyla Lorraine Puentes Bass. Crystal Lee Ramos. Kiera Marie Rangale. Raquel Rodriguez. Idaliz Sainz. Hunter Alvin Saha. Christina Renee Salinas. Veronica Sanchez. Elizabeth K. Shank. Santiago Solis Jr. Kathy Eileen Tip. Liliana Vieira Trejo. Rochelle Ambra Turner. Kaylee Beth Veneer. Harley Ann Vargas, cum laude. Kayla Shanae Vasquez. Julia L. Walker, cum laude. Jacob Tyler Webb. Kimberly Mackenzie Weems. Last but not least, Jesus Andres Zuniga Carrillo.
Family and friends of today's graduate, thank you for being here this morning to share this celebration with your special graduate. We recognize the importance of your support, not only today, but also throughout the entire educational process. So on behalf of all of our graduates, a heartfelt thanks to you. Class of 2018. Along with this support system of family and friends, there are also other people who have played major roles in your success. The strength and quality of any college educational program is in its faculty and staff. These are the men and women who have dedicated their professional lives to students, the learning process, and the principle of helping people achieve success. At Brazosport College, we are blessed with an outstanding faculty and staff, and I would ask that they stand and be recognized and that you join me in acknowledging their contributions to your education. Faculty and staff of Brazosport College, please stand. Thank you. Class of 2018, on behalf of the Board of Regents and the faculty and staff of this college, I offer my sincere congratulations to all of you gathered here this morning. You've worked hard to achieve this goal, and we commend you for your efforts. We wish you the best in all of your future endeavors, whether they be transferring to another college, entering the job market, or other ends. But always remember that Brazosport College is now your alma mater and your college of choice. Would the class of 2018 stand and turn and face guests for one last round of applause from the audience? Thank you. You may be seated. For our guests, immediately after the recessional, there will be a reception honoring our graduates in the lobby of this building located just out the back doors. Everyone is invited to attend. If you desire to take pictures of the graduates, you may meet them after the recessional in the lobby. Now, I really need your help with this last part. We know you're anxious to meet up with your graduate, but we would ask that everyone please remain seated till the recessional is complete and all graduates have left this room. Remember, you may meet up with your special graduate after the recessional in the lobby. Thank you.